Hello, this is Nick995. For this video, I'm going to be talking about what I believe is the perfect game. A perfect game, and it's based on my opinion. Now, perfect game is not my favorite game, so it's different. So it's kind of different. I know it kind of sounds weird, but perfect, what I believe like is a perfect game is not the same as my favorite game. So, as you know, my favorite game of all time is Skyrim. Then you have God of War, then Destroy Humans 2, and so on. But perfect game and favorite game, our favorite games, they're kind of different. So perfect game. And if you're watching this, please like, subscribe, share the video all over. And press that subscribe button down here, bottom right hand side. Now, for this video, I'm going to talk about Ratchet and Clank 2016, which is what I believe like is the a perfect type of game or a perfect game. Because this game has everything that you would want in a game. Like a progression system is complex, a balance between like it's not too hard, not too easy. Tons of weapon variety, lots of enemy variety, like great level designs, puzzles. You got like lots of different exploration you can explore on top of that too. So there's not much bad about this game. There isn't really much. It's very hard to find something like bad about this game. And plus as well, like it has its story as well. But first off, we're talking about the weapon variety. Like there's tons. There's at least 13 different weapons. Like here you see the Groovy makes enemies dance. So while enemies are in range of this, the enemies it's gonna basically distract the enemy, so the enemy has no time to attack you. So it's very useful weapon. So yeah, the Groovy you got the Groovy you got your bolt, which is the or what do you call it again? The pliers looking thing. It serves like as its own melee thing, and you have buzz blades. The buzz blades are second assault rifle, but the bullets they bounce off walls. They eventually find the enemy. You got the pixelator, which turns the enemies like into pixels. A high damage weapon. You got the flamethrower, it burns the enemies. A very long, it can do a lot of damage. You got your standard grenades. You got two. There's two separate rocket launchers. There's a one that does a lot of damage, and then there's one that that will shoot 5 rockets like at once. So yeah, you got there's tons of weapons that you can get. There's even the sheepinator, which turns the enemies like into sheep. So yeah, you can with the weapon variety, you can approach every situation differently. So you can see like how this weapon will how this weapon will do against this enemy, or will this is this weapon effective like against this enemy. So you can really go back, and then like when you play on hard difficulty, are you gonna die? Are you gonna die a lot of times, depending on like the area and all that, and the waves of enemies. So like every time like you die, you can reapproach a situation differently. You can use buzz blades or the Groovitron grenade, or and so on and so forth. And on top of that, there's tons of enemy variety as well. There's one enemy that uses cloak. That will turn invisible. You got these enemies here that will throw poison at you. You got these ones here that will duplicate every time they take damage. See, they kind of duplicate into smaller kind of beings. These goo enemies. You got enemy fish, like these piranha looking creatures. You got robots. You got the giant robots. There's tons of enemies. Tons of enemy. Right. You got the enemy tanks, and the boss battles as well. So yeah, and they all act differently. But for the most part, most of the enemies, they're like a small scale, a very small scale. They'll die quickly. Progression system. Now I mentioned lots of weapons, but it Ratchet and Clank is very unique. It has something in it where the more you use the weapon, the more that weapon will get upgraded over time. So, like if you have a weapon that you use a lot, that weapon will get upgraded a lot, or vice versa. Like if you have a weapon that you don't use, that weapon won't get upgraded. So yeah, the upgrade system itself is its own complex system. And on top of that, it has something where you go to the box, then you upgrade node basically. Like it has like its own separate upgrade system where you go. Then it's kind of like a web. So like for each weapon, like it has its own web or whatever. So you upgrade things like ammo, how much damage it does, range of the weapon, vulnerability. So I can make certain enemies more susceptible to being attacked or affected by this weapon or whatever. So there's tons of nodes, tons, and then the node system itself is like a game within a game. So you're playing the game, and it's like whoa, like uh, you'll spend, a lot of time like going through these nodes and knowing okay, if I do this, if I do that or whatever, this will make this gun like a lot more powerful or a grenade or whatever. But again, you can't use a node system. Some of the nodes are going to be locked until you get your weapon to level 5, and again, the more you use the weapon, the more it gets upgraded. The higher the level. And again, the main reason why this game is is why I believe this game is really the a perfect type of game. Again, it never gets boring. It's always fun. It always keeps you engaged. Even though again, like some areas, again, like it's gonna be relatively easy or hard, so you're gonna die or like you'll sweep through like certain areas quickly. But the game always keeps you engaged. There's tons of variety of things to do. You have races, like you have races. You're for the most part, like you're mostly fighting enemies. There's things like puzzles as well. There's puzzles, and then like you do puzzles as Ratchet and Clank. So a Ratchet like has his own puzzles, and then Clank does as well. There's this one hacking device sequence where you hack, and then like you have to match up the lines with like, a certain node. But like you'll have some lines will be in the way of other lines, so I was gonna block that line. So really, like you have to really kind of make it so they don't overlap. So tons of puzzles as well. Then a Clank as well, the little robot like in the back, he has like his own section of puzzles as well, where he has even littler robots that he uses as they all have different purposes. So it's like again, the hacking is like a game within the game as well. Great graphics, like very nice graphics in this game. I think this is the remake of the original. I'm not sure. Please let me know down below. What's the remake of the original? So yeah, puzzles, great graphics. Again, a perfect level design. Goes back to what I was saying before about again the game never gets boring. Rarely gets boring. So for the most part, like you're going through, you go to different planets already, and then each planet will have different exploration. You can choose to explore outside like of the story, but you're trying to get through these planets to progress like through the story, and then they all have something special about. Like every planet looks differently, and some planets you can swim. There's one where you can fly as well. So again, like that adds more variety like to the gameplay. There's one where you swim, you gotta swim, but you don't have enough. There's there's no oxygen tank, so you can only stay underwater so long. And there's another one where you fly. You have a jetpack, but the jetpack will run like out of fuel, so you gotta really watch the jetpack fuel. So yeah, again, like all those things. Again, the game there's a game within a game, and you can really plan out how you approach it and use your resources wisely. And again, like with it too as well. The only thing what I can really say is that where there's a problem is that the game itself could have been, or no, like each level or like each planet that you go on, you could spend more time like on that planet. It could be longer. Like it could be that area itself. It could be longer. because again, like certain planets, like you're on a certain planet, it's gonna go by fast or whatever. So again, kind of too short, like in certain areas. I wish at certain areas like you would spend longer, a longer amount of time like in that area. So yeah, there's so many things that I can talk about in this. So many things. Again, boss battles too as well. The boss battles, they could be a mix between challenging, medium, and easy. You know, but near the end, like the last two boss battles, they can take a while to get past. But it's really all about planning and taking cover, and one of them, they have the jetpack, so you can use the jetpack and fly away or whatever. But yeah, this is why again, like now let me go over that one more time. Oh, and the mechanics as well. The jumping feels smooth, the running feels smooth. Well, there's no really like running, but the walking feels smooth. The gunplay feels smooth. The racing as well feels very fluent. The jetpacking, the swimming, everything, like all the gameplay mechanics feel very fluent about it. There's something too like where there's mad boots as well, where you can walk up like a certain surface. But it's only like in certain areas, so you can walk up like a surface or walk like on a ceiling. But like if you jump, you will fall off, and then you can die from that jump. There's platforming areas as well. I can go on and on, on and on. But yeah, again, so let's go over it. Perfect, mechanics, a huge progression system, tons of upgrades, tons of weapon variety, tons of enemy variety. There's a game within the game again, the progression system, the hacking system, the puzzles and all that. And it never gets boring. A perfect balance, perfect balancing like a difficulty, easy, hard, a great great graphics, level design, everything. So yeah, this is really why I think like it's a perfect type of game. And again, it doesn't have any annoying thing or a story-oriented thing where the story kind of slows down the gameplay. For some games that work, but for something like this, it won't work. Thank God they don't have that in this. Anyways, that's it. And again, the perfect type of game is not the same thing as what I would consider my favorite game. But really, this game should be like my top 10 games of all time. I'm gonna change it up and put this in the top 10 games of all time. But anyways, that's it. Please like, subscribe, share the video. Thank you.